This video will give you everything you need to know to have a good time down the Lower Madawaska River in Ontario, Canada, which is a little whitewater river, which is a great river for beginners. Actually, it's a river class 1, 2, and 3 rapids, which is mostly drop and pool, meaning that after each rapid there's a calm section of water. So it's a great river to enjoy for novices as well as more experienced canoers. The river itself, as I mentioned, is in Ontario. It is west of Ottawa and south of Algonquin Park. It is about 200 kilometers long, and it is situated in the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. Here on a road map, you can see here it's Palmer Rapids, Latchford Bridge are two places on the Lower Madawaska. Continuing down the river, you get to the Lower Madawaska River Provincial Park, and then the river goes all the way through Griffith, Ontario. So the area that I'm talking about is basically from Palmer Rapid and Almond Rapid downstream through the park to the takeout that most people use and that I recommend is Buck Bay, which is upstream of Griffith. There is a pretty big waterfall before Griffith and then flat water after that. So most whitewater enthusiasts take out at Buck Bay. To arrange for canoe or gear rental as well as for shuttles, there's a few outfitters in the area. My go-to is Paddler Co-op. It is a cooperative owned by local paddlers. You can rent gear there and arrange shuttles. They've also got courses of different levels. So for novice, for intermediate paddlers. And that's a great way to start whitewater paddling, actually. And the Lower Madawaska River is known as a river to learn how to whitewater paddle, and it's can be done in a safe environment with a qualified instructor. Another outfitter is the Madawaska Canoe Center. They've been around for a long time, otherwise known as MKC. And MKC offers courses as well of all levels. So for beginners and intermediate, they also have on other sections of the river further up, they have more advanced courses. They offer courses in whitewater rescue as well and wilderness first aid. They also have accommodations, roofed accommodations if you want to stay clear of the bugs, or if it's cold when you're paddling. They have cabins and other types of roofed accommodations in addition to places for tenting. There's also an outfitter in Griffith, which is downstream of the route, and they will also provide canoe gear as well as shuttle service. One of the great features of the park is the Lower Madawaska River Provincial Park. It is a non-operating park, which means that you don't need reservations to stay in the campsites there, and there are groomed campsites that have fire pits as well as thunderboxes. And so that's great if you want to spend a little bit of time on the river and enjoy a camping experience. It's also more of a nature experience in the Lower Madawaska River Provincial Park. Upstream of the park, there's a road not far away as well as the odd cottage, so you don't quite get the isolated feeling that you get in the Lower Madawaska River Park itself. For paddling the river, this is the essential guide. The Friends of Algonquin Park put out this river guide for the Madawaska and Opeongo rivers. This guide shows each rapid along the route. It designates the class of the rapid in different water levels. It has a small map of the rapids so that you can see what features to avoid and what routes are recommended. And there's also commentary along with it so that you can read about the different rapids. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a great guide. So I don't think anyone should be paddling the river without it. So as you can see, it's a beautiful little river and very nice calm stretches. There are some gentle rapids. This one here is Island Rapids, and if you run it on river left, it is a nice clean class 1 rapid. On river right, you can see here some nice standing waves, and on the river far right there's a feature that you can navigate around. it's also some nice waves to play in there. So this is a nice rapid to take your time at and bring your canoes up and run it again. This is exam time rapids, which is a little further downstream. Requires a little bit of steering and some communication between the bow and the stern. Further down, you've got Rifle Chute. This is a Class 3 rapid, easy to portage around. And on river left, there's a hidden rock under the water, which is what causes some people impact. Taking it down the middle, which looks fun, is fun, but you're likely to swamp your boat if you've got an open canoe. And the way to run it is on river right here, as you can see. Then downriver, you've got Raquette Rapids, which has a little bit of navigation at the top of the rapid. The big thing, though, is at the bottom to avoid the hole on the right and to stay left and clear. So the takeout is not far downstream of Raquette Rapids, and it's marked somewhat inconspicuously with a rope, and that is Buck Bay. And that's the parking lot's about 200 meters up from the water's edge, where hopefully you've got a vehicle waiting and you've arranged a shuttle for your boats and gear, or you're loading it on top of your car and then driving out. And when you do drive out, you might want to consider a stop at the Wilno Tavern Restaurant, which is a famous local establishment that serves the world's best pierogies. So I encourage you to check out the Wilno Tavern. Another great place at the top of the route actually is the Bent Anchor Beach and Bar. So you can go there for a drink and for a meal, and it's right on the lake. So that's a beautiful place to go, and a lot of paddlers go there to hang out. So I hope that gives you a good idea for how to plan a route on the Lower Madawaska River. If you've got other suggestions, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to see them. And maybe we'll see you on the water.